Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today's project or inspiration is the yellow-headed blackbird. The reason I'm calling this an inspiration is because I was outside, or actually I was in the kitchen, and I looked out one early morning and all these birds were in the yard. And what are those? And they all were these blackbirds with yellow heads. And I was like, I had to look them up. And they are yellow-headed blackbirds. So that's the inspiration behind today's project. And we are going to be using my Derwent watercolor pencils. And for time purposes, I went ahead and traced this bird, and I have it ready to go, and I have my graphite paper, and we're just going to sketch out the bird on a 8x8 watercolor paper. I think I've been forgetting to tell you what kind of size watercolor paper I've been using. So I'm just lightly sketching, and I'll kind of go over a little bit on the shapes. And this is just a basic outline. I had to look up online what a yellow-headed blackbird looked like, and this is kind of basically it. So we're just getting a basic outline of the bird, and I'll add the feet later. So I didn't really draw around those, and I'm just kind of want to do some squiggle lines there. All right, that's just basically a really rough outline of the bird. And what we're going to do is fill it in with watercolor pencils and yeah. So let me just kind of go over what some of the shapes will be. Um, Basically, the bird's head is like an egg shape. Uh, so you can kind of draw an egg shape if you want. And here, I'll just do it so you can kind of see. And that's kind of like an egg shape, but we don't want to use that line down there. So I'll erase it here in a minute. And then we just kind of draw these little knives, plastic knives. That's what I'm going to call them. And we're not drawing the whole thing. So we're just making those shapes for the feathers. And the tail feathers will come out like this. And then somewhere along the bottom of the body, we'll do these little triangles, and that will be the feet. And I'll kind of get them sketched out here. And they have 3 claws and then 1 back claw or foot, toe, I don't know what you call it. And the eye will kind of be like a little almond. And we're going to leave part of that white. This feather right here, when I looked online, was white. So we will use my bleed proof white to fill that in. And their beaks are really long and pointy. So that's what we got going on there. I'll kind of draw some squiggle lines where the top of the beak would be. So let me erase the bottom of this egg shape. And we want to kind of go up here. And then the yellow will come down, kind of down the breast of the bird. So basically you just want a simple outline so then you can fill in the detail how you want it. So the 2 yellows that I have in my set are sherbet lemon and sun yellow. And I'm going to use the sherbet yellow first. And we are just going to sketch it in. It's like a coloring book almost. These are by far the best watercolor pencils that I have used. I only have a couple and one other set, and it's just from, I don't even know where I got it. And these work really well. When I'm coloring this in, I'm going to get close to my eye, but not fill in my eye. And I'm also not going to get in the beak. And I'm just kind of lightly putting in the lightest color of yellow, and then I'm going to go in with my sun yellow, and I'm going to just fill it in a little bit more. And I'm going to go in with some baked earth and kind of under this little, kind of make it so it gives the face of the bird some dimension. And I'm going to go in with this brown color and maybe some up around, I don't know if this is correct, but this is how I'm doing it. And then maybe down here a little bit where the neck and the head join. And we'll add some of this brown into the body as well. I did look online. The males are the ones that have the yellow heads, and the females are brown with a little bit of yellow on them. So the body, I am going to use several different colors here. I'm going to use charcoal gray and some black. And I'm also going to use some deep indigo blue, just because I didn't look at these birds real close. But when I see blackbirds or a dark bird outside, I always notice they look really iridescent, and I always see blue in there. So we're going to add blue in ours today. But we're going to start with this charcoal gray, and we're just going to lightly add some color in. I'm not filling in all the way. And then put a little bit up into the head to blend it. This section right here, remember, we're going to leave white. And I'm just going to kind of fill in my sections here of my, what I call them, knives, plastic knives, the tip of a knife. It's kind of what it looks like to me. And then we're just going to add in some of this charcoal gray. And I'm going to go in with some of this brown. Baked earth. And we're going to just kind of, again, just overlay before we add the water to the pencils. I've noticed with these, when you do add water, it changes the texture of your paper, and they go on a lot deeper. The color gets a lot deeper when you do that. This one's called Bark. Interesting. Okay, it looks black to me, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of outline. And I want to get some blue in here yet. I'm just going to kind of sketching in, filling in. And here's my deep indigo. And I'm just going to do the rest of it with overlaying the deep indigo. Okay. And you see I left the beak and the eye, and I'm going to do that last. So now let's add some of the water. And I'm taking a 6-inch round brush, and it's just clean water. And I'm going to start on the head. And you can see it just, all the colors that you put in there just kind of melt together. And that little bit of brown that I put in there kind of gave the face a little bit dimension. Clean my brush off here, and I'm going to start in with the body. And I'm just taking light little strokes maybe like they would be feathers. And you can see that blue is coming through. And I'm just kind of blending it all in. I like some of the brown showing through as well. We're just filling in. And I'm going to take a little bit of my yellow and blend down here. Kind of blend in where the black kind of came up a little bit. And I really, on this one, I took the yellow way down, and the one I'm doing right now, I didn't get the yellow down quite as far. So that's why I'm going back over with some yellow to get it into the, um, more down the chest. And then I'm going to go in with some more of this brown and gray. I think that bark was, I know this is a blackbird, so it probably should be pretty dark, but I think it was just a little too dark. I've got this charcoal that I'm kind of going around and defining the feathers a little bit. All right, let's go in with the water again. See if I can brighten up that yellow a little bit where I got it a little too dark. I should have had the yellow come down a little further, but that's okay. Might be how they are. I don't know. And then we're just gonna lightly. I want to leave some of that white. I like how it kind of looks kind of sketchy in there. All right, now I'm going to take the blow dryer and just dry this just a little bit so that when I add the white and we do the eye and the beak, it doesn't bleed for me. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the beak and the eye, and then I'm going to go in right up here and kind of deepen, get that blended out a little bit. But we're going to go in with, I think I'm just going to use this called outliner, and it's black basically. So, and I'm going to go around the eye, and I'm leaving a little bit of white. And I'm kind of getting that little, I don't even know what it's called, the part of the beak where it goes from the face to the beak part. And when I looked online, they have, like, I think I might have mentioned it, they have really long, narrow beaks. I'm gonna leave some of that white as well. And I'm just going to kind of put some little specks. Maybe they have specks. I want it to be dark, clear to the eye, or clear down to the beak. And I want to take my indigo now, and I want to kind of blend this a little bit more where um, okay, and I think I'm going to take just that outliner again, and I'm really lightly going to kind of define the head a little bit. And I think I'm going to do the background before I fill in the black on the beak, because when you do that, then it just, everything kind of bleeds. So I'm going to take this field green, and I'm going to use the edge, the side of my watercolor pencil, and just draw some lines in here. And I'm not worried about the lines because they will blend out. And I'm going to go in with a little bit, I think I'll use the filbert brush. And we're just going to kind of fill in this green area because they were on the grass. And you got to be careful because it does bleed, and it did bleed a little bit there. And we will go really carefully with the green that I have on the brush around the beak and the body. And get some more green on here. And I'm going to really lightly go around the whole bird, which is some real light green. And you may not be able to see it too much. I just wanted a real faint background, so it's not so stark white. And I'm just picking up some of that green that I have in my brush already. And then we'll go back with, like I did on this other one, we'll make some little specks, and we're going to let this, I'll have to blow dry again. And then, because my paper's pretty wet. And we'll add some little specks like they're pecking, because I read online also that they eat insects, which it's good if they have them in your yard because they're a pest control. So anyway, they stayed for about a day or so, and then they were just gone. And there was probably about 15 or 20 of them. It was kind of cool. All right, I'm going to blow dry. Okay, now I'm going to go and I'm going to take my 6-inch round brush, and I'm going to go around the beak and the eye and darken it up. And I'm just using the very tip of my brush. And I'm going over with my black lines, leaving a little bit white on the beak. And I forgot, I didn't add the white on the wing. So let's do that now. While that's drying, I'm going to take that little round brush again and dip it in this white. And I'm going to just paint over that a little bit. And then we're going to I'm going to have to blow dry it. And then we're going to add some little blue and to kind of fade it out or shade it out so it doesn't look so harsh white. Let me blow dry. Okay, I want to take the indigo blue, deep indigo, and I'm just gonna, because this is just a little wet, and I just want to kind of blend that out. I don't want it to be so white. Maybe some charcoal gray. And I'm going to go in and maybe define some of these feather lines again, where they kind of got lost. Maybe add some more lines where the bird might have some definition. And I'm not going to go back with the water on this. I'm going to, I might on the white, but I want just kind of like you would a color pencil. Then I'm going to take this charcoal gray and I'm going to make the feet. I think I'm going to take some of this yellow and try to get some more yellow down the chest. Maybe a little bit in the bird, just a little bit. And I am going to real lightly with my brush over that white. And I did a little more than I wanted, but I'm going to blend it with the paper towel here. There we go. And let's define the feet. Using just the tip of my brush real steadily. All right, now get that eye real dark. Now let's add some little speckles. Maybe these can be insects. Just kind of ground the bird a little bit so he doesn't look like he's floating too much. And I'm just using different colors. some of the same colors I have in the bird, except for the green, obviously, but the yellow and the brown. Maybe some more of this brown. Okay, I am going to, I think, take my black micron pen just a little bit and go around this eye and beak and kind of define it a little bit more. And I'm not totally filling in, I'm just kind of um, drawing really lightly. Maybe a little bit in the on the body, the feet. I don't want to do too much because I don't want it to look like I'm outlining. Just kind of giving it some definition there. Anyway, I think that's good. I think that turned out pretty good. And you can see they both look kind of different. But anyway, here's the yellow-headed blackbird. And I hope this was an inspiration to you. And I hope you, if you do this project, and I hope you do, that I hope you find this fun and inspiring like I did. And go in your backyard, see what kind of bird you can paint. Anyway, I'll be over here doing that thing I do and catch you in the next one. Bye.